A backyard fills with smoke and laughter until the sirens come. A white neighbor glares, a phone clutched tight, whispering to dispatch. Moments later, uniformed officers step out. And the father at the grill, calm but weary, pulls out his badge, the same badge that says, Police Chief. Title: Neighbor calls cops on black family's BBQ. Then Dad shows his badge as the new police chief. The call came in just after noon. Suspicious activity, the dispatcher repeated, voice flat. A family, a grill, laughter, music, that was all. But in that quiet suburban street, someone decided it was enough to call for backup. Patrol cars rolled up the curb, red and blue lights washing over the sunshine. Children froze mid-laugh. A mother's hand tightened around a plate. The man at the grill didn't move, only looked up slowly, eyes calm, smoke rising around him like a veil. The lead officer stepped out. Sir, we received a call about what? The man said, his tone low, steady, not angry, just tired. He stood tall, broad-shouldered, in a navy t-shirt damp with sweat from the grill. The smell of smoked ribs mixed with the sharp tang of tension. Behind him, his daughter clutched her little brother's arm, whispering, Daddy, did we do something wrong? He shook his head once. No, baby, not a thing. His name was Marcus Ellison. New in town. 2 weeks earlier, he had moved his family into this quiet neighborhood to begin his new role. Police Chief of Brookridge County. But his neighbors didn't know that yet. They only saw a black man in their cul-de-sac, playing old soul music and laughing too loud. They saw people who didn't fit the picture. Marcus had seen this scene before. Not from a lawn, but from the driver's seat of a patrol car years ago. Calls like these. Suspicious gatherings. Strange cars. Unfamiliar faces. He used to respond to them as a young officer, unaware how deeply they cut. Now he was living one. As the officer approached, Marcus felt an ache behind his ribs. Not from fear, but from memory. He remembered Afghanistan. The sandstorms, the comrades he lost. He remembered coming home to serve, to protect people who didn't always see him as one of them. He remembered the promise he made, to stand tall, even when standing alone. The officer asked for identification. The street had gone silent. Even the grill hissed softly, as if listening. Marcus reached for his wallet, slowly, carefully. He had taught his son this gesture, always slow, always visible. He opened the leather fold, his badge glinting gold under the afternoon sun. The younger officer blinked. Sir, this says, Yes, Marcus said. That's me. Chief Marcus Ellison. For a heartbeat, no one spoke. The older officer's mouth opened, then shut again. The tension cracked, not with shouts, but silence, the kind that stings harder than words. The neighbor who had called stood on her porch, phone still in hand. Her expression faltered as she realized what she had done. Her lips trembled. But Marcus didn't look at her. He looked at his kids who were watching everything. He smiled faintly and said, Now, let's finish the food before it gets cold. That moment rippled through the town. The story spread, not through headlines but whispers. The man they had feared was the one sworn to protect them. A week later, at the town's community event, Marcus stood at the podium in full uniform. The same neighbor was there, eyes downcast. He began softly, voice warm but firm. Respect, he said, is not something we wait to receive. It's something we choose to give, even when it isn't returned. He paused, scanning the crowd. Sometimes silence is strength. Sometimes grace is louder than anger. And in that silence, people stood. One by one, applause rose, not for the badge, but for the man who refused to let bitterness win. Later that night, Marcus sat on his porch. His daughter asked, Daddy, are you still proud to be a police officer? He smiled at the stars. More than ever, baby. Because today, we reminded them what a real protector looks like. Respect isn't something we wait to receive. It's something we choose to give. Sue, sometimes silence is strength. Sometimes grace is louder than anger. 3. We reminded them what a real protector looks like. Some stories aren't about revenge. They're about quiet power, the kind that turns prejudice into perspective, the kind that teaches through calm, not fury. If this story moved you, share it. Comment where you're watching from. And remember, real strength isn't in shouting back. It's in standing tall when the world expects you to bow. Subscribe for more true stories that honor silent heroes.